Hello friends, this is Sundareshan and you are tuned into my channel for boards and senior management that helps you understand how to manage issues in your boardroom. Duty of responsibility. Is it an insight or an oversight? Are there enough checks and balances to check on the right balance in the discharge of responsibilities? Who checks and on whom? So, who checks is the board of directors and on whom is the stakeholders? We have gone through the stakeholder category of employee. Well, we saw insourced, outsourced employees, how they have to be treated. All of them have to be treated on the same, with the same level of responsibility. And then, of course, we saw this concept of work from home and work from factory. Both have to be dealt with the same caution. And of course, we touched very briefly on the next one, which is on customer. Now, this is a very important category where lot of questions that come up before us are: who pays? When will they pay? How are they going to pay? Please get to the real terms, which is in 3 to 6 months' time, most of the customers are going to raise an invoice. Now, how are boards going to handle each of these customers? How are they going to prioritize the payment for each of these customers? Because collection is on one hand, payment is on the other. Now, all of this would have reached the 90-day breach or the mark where you would have to honor the payments. So, customer is a very important category of stakeholder that has to be dealt with in the coming months. Then we have vendors. Now, when we are looking at vendors, there are different types of industry. The hotel aggregators, the malls. The biggest issue that is going to come up is the rent. The rent that they have been paying all along. Say if the lockdown is extended for the next 3 months, are these vendors going to be paid for the rental premises by the aggregators or by the malls? Of course, it leads us to the taxi aggregators. What about the drivers? Now, most of them have completed their worksheet and they are more current, which is you should have honored their commitments by paying them their dues. Of course, the big category is the delivery boys who represent Amazon or a Big Basket or a Swiggy or any of these aggregators for whom they have been working relentlessly. What about their payment? Now the news going around is the big boys in the industry have already started invoking the term force majeure, act of God. They are disputing on a lot of these payments, and some want a staggered payment of many of the things that are coming up. So the board's responsibility towards the stakeholders are increasing by the day. How are they going to handle the next big one, which is staring at most of them are investors or the shareholders? The stock markets are crashing. The share prices are nosediving. there is uncertainty of dividends, and the board has to face all of this in the coming times. All the business plan which were there in Excel sheets may have to be reworked completely due to this unexpected crisis. Now, what is very important is the period of preparedness to face the real world as against the emotional world that we are today. So, the real world will come into the picture in the next 3 to 6 months, and that is when the responsibility of the board to handle each of these stakeholders plays a very big role. Now, to top it, there is one more stakeholder which is the regulator, and one such regulation which has always fascinated me is which describes the directors have to devise a proper system to ensure compliance with provisions of all applicable laws, and that such systems were adequate and operating efficiently. Now, this is coming from the board's responsibility statement. Now, what this means and what the boards need to take care to face the real challenges in the next 6 months. We'll see in the next video. Keep writing, keep questioning, stay compliant, stay safe. See you soon.